I'm Monty Zimmerman, right-of-way manager with the City of Lenexa. We've made this instructional video on how to do sod and erosion matting for our contractor friends in the metro area. Hope you gained some insight on how to do this properly. Thank you. Sod season in City of Lenexa is the spring season from March 1st to May 15th. Fall season is September 1st to November 15th, weather dependent. So what we have here is the sod cutter, and we need to use sod cutters every once in a while to square up areas that need to be restored from construction work. Next, we will clean up the area and get the edges cleaned up, showing that we can get a square edge for the sod. You want to make sure that the cut is the thickness of the sod that you purchase. Most sod that you purchase is between 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick. Once your excavation's been completed and you're ready to backfill and prepare for sod, the vegetation has to be minimal. So you need to make sure that the area is cleaned up and the backfilling is substantially compacted. When the area is small enough, you can use hand tools to do the same thing that the sod cutter does. This way, it's a little quicker and you can match up the sod a little bit better using the hand tools. Once again, make sure that the edges are sufficiently squared off to accommodate a full roll of sod. Once the area is sufficiently prepped, you need to roll out the sod and make sure that it fits in the area that you've cut out. If you find that the sod is still a little bit bigger than the area, go ahead and cut the excess ground out to make the sod fit. Once the sod is put in place, it's very important to make sure that it is watered properly. What we see a lot of times is the contractor hurries this process up and doesn't sufficiently water the sod in. When you're watering, you need to make sure the sod is sufficiently soaked, and the way you check that is water it for a good 3 to 4 to 5 minutes and then pull the edge back to make sure that the water has soaked through the sod down into the soil. If you see puddling, that is sufficient watering for the sod. Wait 4 or 5 minutes and then do that process one more time before you leave. The City of Lenexa requires that any sod placed be watered for a period of 15 working calendar days. Outside of the spring and the fall sod season, the City of Lenexa and most other cities in the metro area require that erosion matting be put in place until sod can be placed in the fall sod season or the spring sod season. To do that, you want to make sure that your area is level, unlike when you do the sod, which needs to be left down to whatever thickness the sod is cut. We want to incorporate the seed into the soil. If you're on a slope, we want to make sure that you key in the erosion matting. Make a small trench at the top, put the erosion matting inside of the trench, and then backfill that dirt that you've taken out of the trench with that, and then roll the erosion matting out. Use the pins to pin down the erosion matting, making sure that you take care of the edges and watch them closely to make sure they don't roll up when wind blows. Thanks for watching our short video on sod and erosion installation. We hope you care as much about our city as we do, and feel free to call me if you have any questions about this video.